A small village in West Africa. Unidentified virus emerged there and it has infected people fast and things went chaotic and crazy in the village. The infected people loses their mind and bite anyone, and the bitten people also turns into the same kind. Zombies has appeared.
Keep the pressure on!
When zombies are attacking Africa, the Lieutenant Brian Murphy could catch the final evacuation aircraft, so he escaped there to avoid turning into the zombie.
Plane's going down.
But his aircraft ran out of fuel, so the aircraft is falling down to West Africa. At last the aircraft Brian's taking falls somewhere in the West African coast and he's left alone in this hell. Brian has survived with clutching the supplies. At that time, zombies are approaching him. They already were coming after him from a far distance. They couldn't dash fast like other zombies and it takes several minutes for them to walk over the sand shore, which is not even 100 yards, and bite Brian. Therefore Brian could open his supply and blow their skull before they come. But no matter how slow and stupid they are, it doesn't mean they're not threatening. Unless the bullet penetrates through their brain or blow their heads off, they keep on surviving, and they still can chase humans slowly even if they don't have arms and legs. Meanwhile, Brian had to go to the States where his son and the rest of his family has fled to, so he starts looking for the airport to catch the aircraft. On his way, the former mechanic in the military easily fixes an old car and runs to the destination, coming across the zombie. Then the wheel of his car got stuck on the pothole and zombies nearby slowly gather around him. So he got surrounded by the zombies and got isolated. But then, when he was about to get bitten by the zombie, someone appears and saves him from danger.
Are you bitten?
No, I'm okay.
He is Sergeant Daniel Dembele and he also serves in military like Brian does.
Get in.
And he's also looking for the military troop of West Africa, so Brian gives him a ride to reward him for saving his life.
Thanks for your help back there.
And the two guys' adventure begins.
Because if there's something there, maybe I can fix it. We can fly out of here.
So Brian promises him to give the car after Daniel guides him to the airport. The two guys check every houses they see on their way to the airport, in case they can save people who hasn't turned into zombies yet. But all of the residents there had miserably turned into zombies since they had no choice but staying there, so they don't do anything else and get to the airport. Daniel fills in the oil and Brian finds one almost completely crashed aircraft. The aircraft looks more horrible than he's expected, so he can't help it but gives up the aircraft and try radio communication to his troop to ask for help.
Is anyone receiving? Over.
He tries to contact but no answer returns to him.
I have to keep moving.
So Daniel suggests a new idea to Brian, who can't take flight.
The place I go, it's a military base.
Brian has to escape from West Africa as soon as possible and return to his family, so he has no choice. He accepts the offer of Daniel. Now the two guys have the same destination, so they've become the perfect partners on their way to the troop. It's been 1 day since they left the airport. Just then armed soldiers stop their car and hold them. The soldiers seem to belong to the same group as Daniel.
I'm traveling off to find my son. He's an American. It's okay. We're helping each other.
They let Daniel and Brian get into their fortress without suspicion.
These men are no longer soldiers. They have returned home as brothers, fathers and sons to protect their families.
So they spend a night in the village where a bizarre and terrifying witch is watching over. Daniel hears about zombies from a man in the village. He has been watching the emerging zombies since the beginning.
Maybe we've been punished for our arrogance. Nature is restoring its delicate balance.
Daniel can't hear anything
won't
that
get
brings hope until the night passes and morning comes.
Your fever has broken. It's time to leave.
But pretty soon the car stops. They couldn't check their car because they were getting out of the village hurriedly. After all, the car they managed to move stops because the engine is overheated.
Well, we've lost most of the coolant.
The strong sunlight glares down on them and the zombies approach them step by step. Brian cools down the car with a small amount of water they have.
We can't drive without it. What would you rather, walk?
Against Daniel's will, the slow zombies don't cease to approach and they are getting close. Then Brian pours the whole water before the zombies get them.
All right, all right. Come on, save your ammo.
The next moment, as Brian anticipated, he starts the car properly. Soon, just in time, they found the oasis in the desert.
It's safe.
All the problems are solved and they were going smooth on their journey. But then one problem occurred. Out of blue, one zombie ran into their car and their car bumps against the tree.
You all right?
Brian has fixed a car, and he hasn't used the car long enough, but the car is already broken.
Turn them on.
The lights will draw them in.
Turn them on!
When they turned the light, the zombies already has spotted them. But the zombies can't even run, so they're too slow to bite a lieutenant and a sergeant. So they fled to somewhere not far from the crowd of zombies. They have to sleep outside in the midnight, so they set the trap around them, but they've set the fire and eat food there. It seems that the fire and the smell of food attract zombies enough.
What's that?
This has been in my family for generations. Do you have a son?
I had a son.
The two guys get closer as they share their stories with each other. They think the very simple trap Brian had set will keep them safe from zombies and fall into deep sleep. Then when they can't protect themselves, the can starts to shake little by little. But none of Brian and Daniel takes notice.
Daniel!
The attack of zombies are very slow, but their power is stronger than humans, so Daniel couldn't fight well against the zombies. Eventually he got bitten by the zombies. And one day passes since Daniel got bitten by the zombies.
He saved my life.
Daniel asks Brian to bring his necklace to his son in the troop, and meets his death before he turns into a zombie. Brian is completely alone now. Zombies exist anywhere in the vast desert of West Africa, so one can't say the troop Brian's heading to is safe from zombies. The unidentified zombies are very slow. Slowly but gradually they shattered West Africa. Since they emerged here, their number is rapidly increasing day by day. In such despair, Daniel moves toward to the troop, not knowing where it exactly is. When he has arrived to the end of the desert, hundreds of zombies are in his sight. And soon he finds the troop where he can meet Daniel's son.
Do you have aircraft? Do any planes land here with supplies?
No, the two last have not returned.
Brian has been firmly believed that an aircraft must be here, but he hears no aircraft is here. When all plans of Brian went wrong, the leader let Brian use a working radio. Then Brian's signal comes across the Atlantic Ocean and reaches the troop in the States successfully.
Murphy! My God, you're still alive.
I'm gonna need a plane. I'm gonna need supplies.
But even before Brian explains the situation zombies create in West Africa, he hears that the States is under attack of zombies already.
What about my family, Frank?
They're gone.
And zombies had invaded an American troop. This means the zombies probably have occupied the whole United States.
God be with us.
The radio communication ends with a scream. It's no longer really safe in this troop. And the walls managing to block zombie crowds fall. Now Brian no longer has a reason to live and return to the States, so he's waiting for death there. Then, when everything is about to end with despair, finally he meets the son of Daniel. Thank you for watching Movie Goes Movie Recap. Next time, if you want to watch fun and various movie recaps, please subscribe and thumbs up.